What's going on, guys? This is Riggs. Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you taking a little bit of time out of your day to hang out with me. I'd like to remind you before we jump into the video, go ahead and drop a like if you enjoy this video and you watch it through. If you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. Coming out with all kinds of PUBG Mobile content for you guys. Tips and tricks, gameplay, live streams, unfortunately crate openings. But anyway, let's go ahead and get right into the video. So what we're actually going to be talking about is my first impressions of the brand new snow map, Vikendi. And this right here, what you guys are watching in the background, this is actually my very first time when I dropped. I was able to record. For some reason, I got locked out of the Chinese version. I never downloaded the beta. So I saw the map more than likely the same way all of you guys saw it, unless you went in there in the beta. So I got a lot of things. There's a lot of good things I like about the map, and there's also a lot of bad things, but they're bad things that can be fixed. We're gonna try to look at it as glass half full throughout this entire video. So starting off with the things I like, the first impression when I dropped, I believe the first place I hit was the cement factory, and the next game, so first one was Cement Factory, and of course, I went through, the different towns on the way. The next time I went ahead and dropped in Dino Park, which is freaking lit. We went ahead and dropped up in the, not docks, it's called Port, up in the very north side of the map. And I've also had a chance to see Castle. And one thing that I've noticed between all the places that I just mentioned, of course, I'm probably forgetting some of them. I've probably played maybe 10 or so matches. And one thing I like is the aesthetics of the map and how every single part of, and also winery. Every single part, any drop location that you go to looks different. The best example that I have for this, so you might have a better understanding. A good example of this, and we'll go ahead and use Erangel as that's the most popular map, the map that everybody knows and fell in love with when they started playing PUBG, is when you look at North George and the buildings and the layout, and you compare that to Yasanaya, it's pretty much the same buildings. You have the same 3-story buildings, the apartment complexes, the 2 stories, the 3 stories. It's pretty much the exact same structures, just located in different parts of the map. Maybe a couple, a little bit of the landscaping is different. That's not the case in Vikendi. Every single location is completely different, and I really, really like the uniqueness that it brings. You can say the same thing with Miramar. Like you have the arena in El Pozo. You obviously have the most popular arena, which is in Picado, but they're the same arena. It's pretty much the same buildings, the same look, the same aesthetics. That's not the case in Vikendi, and I really like what the team did to basically, just design the whole map. And guys, I've probably only seen maybe 30% of this map. There's so many more places to go, but so that's what I like about the map. One thing I want to cover, and it's also interesting that it says beta in the global version. If you guys had noticed that, just to, the right of Vikendi, it says beta. So not sure if they're still doing testing or what's exactly going on there. But one thing that, and trust me, it's not just me. I've talked to subscribers. I've talked to other content creators on the official PUBG Mobile Discord server. People inside of my Discord server. Friends and family alike, and one thing that everybody's agreeing on is the loot, or should I say the lack of loot. It's pretty disgusting. At this point, it's even rare to find an AR. You'll be able to pick up a UMP, you'll be able to find a Uzi, you'll definitely be able to find shotguns, vectors. It really seems like it's an SMG map. In this game, in the game you guys are watching, all these crates that I've looted in this game, and this is Final Circle, if you guys are watching this, this is, top 10, or basically top 10 right here. Every single person that I killed in this game, not one of them had a sniper, not even an SKS, not a mini, definitely not an SLR, Car 98, and I don't understand. It seems like it'd be an amazing map to snipe in. There's so many different hills and ridges. They have like 3, 4, 5-story buildings in some of the different. I don't even know some of the names of them, but it looks kind of like a city where it's just kind of streets running, skyscrapers on both sides. But there's just so many good snipe locations. They have sniper towers. So not only can you not find a sniper, but even scopes are very, very rare. I don't know if the team is doing this on purpose, if they want it to be this type of more, I want to say, close quarter combat engagements, but being a snow map, people are pretty visible. I'm sure you've probably noticed a lot of people, even myself, are trying to find all of the white clothes that you can possibly find just to kind of blend in. But yeah, this doesn't seem like that kind of close quarter style map. You'd think it'd maybe be more of a mid-range. As you guys know, and that's another thing I want to get into, is the weather. I think it's very, very cool how they did it. Not as drastic as Sanhok, but you do see snowfall. There's even some, when you see the dynamic weather, you'll see the sun come out for a little bit. You'll see the snowfall. You also see when it gets a little bit of foggy. So as far as visibility, it's definitely not as clear as Miramar. Or pretty much any of the maps. I mean, it's definitely going to be clearer, or your visibility is going to be better compared to Sanhok when you have the fog, rainforest theme. They did a great, great job with that, with the lightning and the rain. Beautiful. But as far as Vikendi, I would definitely say it's more of a mid-range map. You have an 8x scope. Unless that sun's out, it's going to be very, very difficult, especially once the fog comes in. And as you guys watch this gameplay right here, that's what I'm saying. There's so many places where you can snipe from. Look at this, on top of the buildings. We're going to go ahead and jump on the top of this roof right here. So, I really, really like the layout, the aesthetics. Look at this Tommy gun catching this guy in the field right here. The only place, for those of you guys wondering, for those of you guys that have even made it this far into the video, the best loot that I have seen, and we're talking loot for squads, I would have to say, out of all the places I've been to, I would have to say the winery. The winery, it's pretty open. It's the most, or not the most southern, but the semi most southern big drop location. I guess you can't really miss it. It's the only part of the map where the snow has not landed. I guess global warming only hit that part of the island, but you can't miss it. It says winery. Go ahead and drop there. You'll at least be able to walk out. If you're with a squad, a couple of you guys are, at least a pair of the squad is going to walk away with ARs. The other guys will probably have SMGs. But again, out of all the places I've been to, as of yet, I would have to say winery is where you're more than likely going to go. Another thing that I like about this map is the size. I think it is absolutely perfect. For those of you guys that have been following my channel, my favorite map, despite what a lot of people think or say, or your own thoughts, but my favorite map is actually Miramar. I absolutely love Miramar. I love the look of it, the desert, and especially, I do enjoy sniping. I like those long, those long engagements. So, but Miramar is freaking huge, and there's a lot of dead space pretty much surrounding the entire map. Sanhok, I think it's a good size. Maybe it could be a little bit bigger, but that's where I think they got it right. The size of Vikendi, I think, is perfect. The 6x6 kilometer map, I think, is perfect. It doesn't go too fast. The game doesn't go too slow. I think it is just right. So, again, the only real complaint that I have, and that pretty much everybody has that I've talked to and that has reached out to me, is the loot. So, again, unless the PUBG Mobile team can come out and say this is how the loot is, the randomization of the loot, it is there to stay for whatever reasons. Maybe they can release a statement on that. But the thing is, it can be fixed. I mean, they could. Let's be real. Vikendi's no Sanhok when it comes to loot. But again, because it's randomized, they could increase the chances of scopes and snipers and ARs and all that stuff. So it is something that can be fixed. I don't know, maybe if enough people complain about it. But that's pretty much the only real complaint that I have about the map. I love the sound effects, how the footsteps sound on the snow. I mean, we've had some epic squad matches so far in Vikendi. especially when you first drop. I mean, it seems like it's shotguns only for the first zone. But I am curious to know what you guys think of this map. It is finally here, so I want to know what you guys think of it. And also let me know, because I'm just as new to the map as you that's watching it. So if you have found a better place other than the winery where loot is decent, at least for duos, squads, or even maybe a small place, for solos. But I really want to know if those guys have really been grinding out this map. Again, I've only played about 10 or 12 games. But yeah, let me know down in the comment section. You guys know I'm very, very active down there. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. My first impressions, my personal thoughts and feelings towards the brand new map. I do give it a thumbs up. The loot is a big thumbs down. But that is going to do it for this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Riggs from Riggs Gaming.